Welcome back to The Explainer. Okay, today we are taking back control of your life. Look, if you've ever felt just completely overwhelmed by hustle culture, the endless productivity hacks, the ridiculously complex morning routines, and you just want to stop the madness and get unstuck, well, you're in the right place. We're going to break down exactly how to reclaim your momentum, and, believe it or not, it all starts with mastering just the first 60 minutes of your day.
So here is our roadmap for today. We'll be hitting escaping the productivity trap, creating before you consume, anchoring and mapping your day, fueling your mind and body, the 25-minute focus block, and finally, consistency over perfection. I promise you this is a highly organized, totally manageable, step-by-step guide. You do not need a massive life overhaul here. You literally just need a better first hour.
All right, part 1, escaping the productivity trap and why hustle culture is just completely exhausting you.
It is so incredibly draining to look at your own day and compare it to these internet gurus who seem to just effortlessly build businesses and live with massive purpose. We've all seen those nightmare routines pushed on us, right? The 25-step, 4 a.m. routine where you plunge into a freezing ice bath, force a 1-hour meditation, and read a whole novel before the sun is even up. Just thinking about it makes me want to take a nap. But contrast that with reality. Real success is actually built from a few small actions, generating real results, built one single brick at a time. It's actually a huge relief once you realize success isn't about shocking your system.
Which brings us to a really important question. What if success isn't actually that complicated? You don't have to change absolutely everything about your life overnight. Instead, the whole philosophy here is hyper-focused. Basically, if you win the morning, you win the day. Moving to part 2, create before you consume. We are taking back the first 30 minutes.
Think about the very first thing you do in the morning. The alarm rings, and your automatic, knee-jerk urge is to grab your phone and check messages or scroll social media, right? But you've got to remember this golden rule. Create before you consume. By looking at your phone the second you wake up, you are instantly pulled into other people's problems, other people's lives, and their agendas. You literally give away your sharpest focus before your own day has even officially started.
Highly successful people actively guard this time. Take Telegram CEO Pavel Dora, for example. He specifically avoids his phone when he wakes up. And by doing that, his mind stays totally clear and untainted for his own important work. He puts his own growth and his own goals first. So your new hard rule starting tomorrow is this. Your phone stays completely away for the first 30 minutes. That time is strictly yours.
So what are you supposed to do with those phone-free minutes? Well, you harness the power of 10 minutes of silence. No phone, no noise. Just sit in a chair, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. Now your mind is going to wander. It absolutely will. And when it does, just watch those thoughts without judgment and gently return to the breath. Look, you aren't trying to magically empty your mind here. You are just hitting the reset button on your brain. It immediately drops your stress, forces you to be present, and clears out all that mental clutter before the daily noise kicks in.
Okay, part 3, anchor and map your day, using the 10-minute journal.
Think of this journal not like a middle school diary, but as a literal map for your life. If you want to get somewhere, you need a map. Without one, you're just wandering without direction, which is exactly what leads to that overwhelming stress. It only takes 2 steps. Step 1 is gratitude. You write down 3 specific things you're thankful for. And the key word here is specific. Don't just write, my family. Actually scratch that. Make it hyper-specific. Write, I'm thankful for this incredibly hot cup of coffee, or I'm thankful for that funny meme my friend sent me. Being the specific actually trains your brain's reticular activating system to hunt for the positive. Step 2 is intention. Identifying the single most important task for your goals. Steve Jobs used to ask himself this brilliant question. What one thing will make today successful? Pinpointing just one single intention gives your day absolute clarity and purpose. It ensures you're actually being productive, like genuinely moving the needle on your life, rather than just being busy scrambling through a chaotic to-do list of 20 minor tasks. Now we enter part 4, fuel your mind and body. You either move or you stay stuck.
For the next 15 to 20 minutes, we are shifting focus to physical movement. Highly successful individuals, we're talking people like Tim Cook and Richard Branson, they deeply understand that a strong body creates a strong mind. You simply cannot be mentally sharp if your body is stagnant, and this completely reframes how we look at exercise. Think of it as energy management. Treat your daily energy exactly like money in a bank account. Every single task you do throughout the day is an expense, so if you're hitting that terrible wall of afternoon fatigue, You don't have a time management problem, you have an energy problem. Your account is overdrawn.
Physical movement in the morning is exactly how you deposit funds into that account. It can be a fast walk outside, some simple yoga, maybe a few push-ups. These are incredibly accessible for anyone. And I really want to stress this. You do not need to go run a grueling marathon to generate the energy you need to win the day. You just need to get the blood flowing and wake up your system.
Which brings us to part 5, the 25-minute focus block and achieving the micro-win.
Okay, you've cleared your mind, you mapped your day, you fueled your body. Now it's time to execute that one important task you identified in your journal for just 25 minutes. 25. That number is so small, but honestly, that is where the magic happens. The commitment is just 25 minutes of deep work with zero distractions. Whenever we look at a huge project, we get totally paralyzed. But anyone can focus for 25 minutes, right? It makes a massive, intimidating goal feel completely achievable.
And the comparison is just staggering. One highly focused 25-minute session is always going to yield better results than 3 whole hours of distracted, multitasking, email checking, fake work. Plus, finishing this short block proves to your own brain that you are someone who actually follows through on your promises. It builds this unstoppable momentum that carries you through the rest of the day. So here's the exact sequence you're going to follow. At 0 minutes, start your timer and lock in. At 25 minutes, the timer rings and all work stops immediately. I mean it. Put the pen down, hands off the keyboard. Then by minute 30, you've reached the end of a mandatory 5-minute break where you walk around, stretch, get some water. I cannot stress this enough, guys. Taking that 5-minute break is non-negotiable before you even think about starting another block.
Finally, part 6, consistency over perfection. We are playing the long game here.
Look, I want to be really realistic with you. Tomorrow morning, your brain is going to scream at you to just stay in bed and get that easy dopamine from scrolling. That resistance, that is exactly the point where 99% of people quit. But remember, a good plan that you actually follow is infinitely better than a perfect plan that you ignore. And let me reassure you right now, missing a day is totally fine. It happens to everyone. The secret to all of this is simply having the willingness to start again the next day. You are building this habit one brick at a time. Heck, even if you only try step 1 tomorrow, just keeping the phone away for 30 minutes, that is a massive victory. Ultimately, these daily actions are doing way more than just giving you a little bit of morning momentum. You are literally building a brand new identity. By proving to yourself every single morning that you can do this, you forge a new identity as someone who has real discipline, deep focus, and total control over their life. You become a completely different, way more capable version of yourself. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a direct challenge. What one habit are you going to start tomorrow? Don't try to boil the ocean here. Just pick one single thing we talked about today. Make a promise to yourself right now. Stop waiting for the perfect time, stop waiting for motivation to magically strike, and start building your success story tomorrow morning. Thanks for hanging out and learning with me today, and I'll see you on the next explainer.